Hello YouTube. So I wanted to make hopefully a not too long video about my first 100 hours on Twitch. Let's have a look at the analytics. So as a VTuber, just to add a bit to that, so I don't know, I do use a VTube avatar, but I'm mainly just a regular streamer. But I didn't want to just like stream faceless, because I feel like that it's kind of missing like some sort of engagement. So I do use an avatar, so you have something to look at, especially in this video. Otherwise, you would just look at stale numbers, which would probably be quite I don't know, not engaging. So at least you have like this cute wobbly face to something to look at. I kind of want to go into details. So I guess anyone who just wants to see the numbers, you already seeing them. I'm just gonna come to the viewers discovery engagement page hopefully in a bit, but I kind of want to give a bit of background about the numbers, because I think if you like, I don't know, you're just planning to stream, you've not streamed before, you don't really have a feeling for like what it could be like to begin, about like all the advertisement I guess you could potentially do, even like apart from Twitch, be it on YouTube, Twitch, Reddit, whatever the fuck, whatever you could imagine. And that's kind of like, because all of those can just influence all these numbers. So I kind of want to just give a detail about what these numbers are about. So the first 100 hours, straight up, I just streamed, There was no, I don't have like a Twitter account or anything. There are like no friends who joined. It was just me starting a stream and then like me being alone and seeing, if someone joins. And we'll come to that in a bit. That kind of don't take a look at the last 2 days, because those are skewed by people from the outside coming in. And we'll come to that also about the followers. I'm not too sure if we should go over this from the beginning. I think we should just straight up talk about the numbers. Otherwise, this video might be too long if I kind of go week for week. Okay, let's start off with the followers, which is probably the most interesting number and is something that would reflect who actually joins to watch you. So I would say subtract around 6 followers. I'm just gonna talk about, I guess, from the beginning. So you saw me around, let's start here maybe. So I started to stream on the 20th of September, and today is like, what is it? I think the 16th of October, today is Wednesday. And you can see like I think you also saw it in the average viewers, there were like no viewers. And so the 27th was apparently when I had a break here, like a work travel thing. And then I came back and I streamed again on the 27th, and that's where like the first person joined. It was a Zenless Zone Zero stream. Well, I guess I could also just mention this in before. The games I mainly streamed, I think we might see it also later in the viewers category, but was mainly God of War Ragnarok, the first 50 hours. It's kind of like the entire playthrough. Resident Evil 4 the remake, and currently Silent Hill 2 the remake. I did maybe 2-3 streams, maybe 10 hours or so of Zenless Zone Zero when like patch 1.2 hit. And that must have been around, I think it was the Wednesday I streamed on the Friday. And that's where like one random person just joined. It was, I guess, a funny coincidence, because I was trying to see if my volume was correct. And I just randomly asked myself if the volume is good, and someone just answered, which is a weird feeling, I guess, if you've never had someone just watch you or join chat, whatever, when you're streaming, when like out of the void actually someone replies. So yeah, that's the first person who joined. Somewhere in here, the second follower, or like one of the second follower around that time is myself. So like you can also subtract one of these followers, which is my private account. I mainly did that in the beginning because I had a feeling that if chat in OBS and in the stream manager is actually syncing correctly, so I kind of didn't trust it. So I thought it's probably smarter if I just also join myself, so I can see the live chat as a viewer. Actually, in the long run, now after 21 days, I can tell you absolutely not. I don't join my own stream anymore, because I feel like OBS and Stream Manager actually syncs better than my phone, especially if my phone has to be like constantly open, and it just feels weird. So yeah, so you can subtract one of the followers, who's me, kind of subtract like 6 who probably do we see every day 16th October, like the last few days around here there should be like 6 followers. I would true. What you should not forget, I'm not going to jump to the homepage. I don't know what you can see there because I kind of don't want to leak, I guess, who's following me or anything. I don't know if the people would be okay with that. And it would probably take too much time to ask everyone right now. So I'm just going to keep it as a number without actually the names behind them. I think my current follower count should be 10. So 2 of these followers also went down again. And then you can, let's subtract the last 6. So mainly, I guess to count them, the first person joined me on a Zenless Zone Zero stream is mainly a lurker. So I can't even tell you guys if the guy is still around. So he joined 27th after 3-4 weeks, might still be around. But I guess that's not really the important part. So one of the second, like one, let's say the second follower is my private account. Then actually someone joined. Again, I think on my silent tales, like for Spooktober, around like October here somewhere, who's also the person who's another streamer, and I talked to him and joined kind of a community he is in, and that's why the last few days will be screwed, because there's, well, like when I share the link, there are like people who joined who are like also streamers to support each other, who will like screw the numbers a bit in the viewers. I guess, well, like at least if you expect people to just join by you streaming and without talking to anyone, like those would be not realistic numbers for you. But in the end, they are still realistic numbers, because if you want some kind of growth, you will need some kind of interaction with people. But yeah, just make your own picture. And then for quite a bit, I would say like for around 1.5 weeks or so, I got a few people who followed me, and their accounts are still following, around 3-4, who are just, I would call them bots. They seem to be, they might be some kind of like generative AI chat GPT like bots. They're like the bots who just join you. They seem to interact with you. Like there is some kind of interaction when you also talk to it. But what it just leads to is they want maybe your Discord information. Or yeah, so far it always seemed to be like some kind of Discord information to send you like their art portfolios, to not drift off too much. But I did have a look at a few of them, and they are like eerily similar around like what their style is like and what they do. They might be real people, I don't know. But there was a suspicious amount. They would join like every day or so. And I think 2 of them, when I told them on stream, like, hey, I'm not interested in any commissions, were like who also unfollowed again. That's why like my current follower count should be like, I think 10. But the other 4 or so who are still following me are skewing the numbers a bit. So realistically, who are like I would call real people, should be maybe 6-7 people who are following me. And 2 again who really like joined from just finding me on Twitch. So you could actually say if you were just streaming, just going live, doing nothing else, my view would be I did 3 weeks of it, like 21 days, let's say a month in real time with the days I skipped. So a month and 2 real people found me on Twitch. So that's kind of might be your expectation if you're coming from 0. Oh yeah, and by the way, I guess I didn't mention this in the beginning, but the idea of this video is also for maybe other people who stream to just get a feeling for what it's like. So as you can see, I streamed for 105 hours. Another interesting number, I guess, unique viewers. So apparently there were like 43 unique viewers. No joke, probably around 10 or so you can already subtract, which I would call these bots. And then there are also once in a while the bots who come in for like the buy cheap viewers scam. I don't know if it's a scam, but like they're sending out random links. But luckily they are usually just marked by Twitch anyway as like ban evaders. So like I guess people in your regular chat don't see those messages. I assume though that they are counted as unique viewers. I don't know. Unique chatters, 22. Again, here are the art commission bots, and I might assume also the other dudes, the regular bio viewers bots. So let's come to the viewers discovery, because I noticed I'm already talking since 10 minutes. Frick! I kind of hoped I would not yap too much and just be able to show you the numbers a bit. I found this page literally 10 minutes ago, literally before I started this video. I couldn't have too deep of a look, but it seems to be interesting, so let's go over it. So views from Twitch, I guess on Twitch itself, you can see that who's coming kind of, let's say, from the browse page, who's actually a follower. So I can see here's a spike in the views I had on the 13th of October. Was that Monday? Might have been. No, 3 days ago. It might have been Monday or Sunday. 3 of them were my followers who saw maybe that I'm live and joined. And one person from other is kind of the biggest category here. I have to admit, I couldn't really see earlier where like this other, or like what it is that could be in it. It might be, I assume, let's say this new swiping feature on the Twitch mobile app when you swipe like on the front page. That could be maybe other. But let's go into the details a bit. So browse page, which is a fifth of the views I get. You can see that when I was streaming Ragnarok, I found these impressions interesting. So impressions are, I guess, when I appear, let's say someone is looking through this category and my profile is there in like that, or like in that amount of profiles. So you can see that kind of the numbers are in the same range. So in this 200 to 300 impressions range, I get like, what is this, 4 to 7 views. So I did not calculate this. I guess you can do it now yourself. What is this, like 5% or so, even less, is where like someone actually clicked on it and had a look at the stream. Followers, gaming page. So the tags are also interesting. I guess, spoiler, you can see every tag here that I've ever used. So the biggest impressions I got on the Vtuber tag. So there seem to be people who actually were looking for Vtubers, but no one ever clicked on it. To be fair, in this, I'm not sure how accurate this is, because the guy I have so far talked, or like who actually chats in my chats, who's also a streamer himself, who's like regularly around, he told me like he found me through the Spooktober tag, which is not really replicated here. But to be fair, if this is for viewers, it maybe you might evade it by being on the impression, but the person just going to your channel and then maybe finding you. I don't know. I don't know why there is no view for this, because the time range should encapsulate it. I found this also interesting. So go live notifications. You'll see like these ones. I can almost guarantee you are probably me joining chat on my private account, because that's also why I followed myself, mainly because I got annoyed that every time I wanted to have a look at the chat on my phone, I would have to look myself up in the search bar and everything. So I just followed that I get the pop-up, and I can almost guarantee you like all these ones are me, and there's like never really a 2. But I guess not that interesting. And then don't really know. I guess you could click at what these engaged viewers are if you want to read up on it. Would take too long for the video. And then I guess view by location, apparently 239 views in total. And then so as like the last stats, and I'm just gonna finish the video because holy fuck, we made 50 minutes at this point. If you just want to have a look at this, so minutes watched apparently, and you can see, interestingly enough, so the most minutes I've watched is this last stream. Oh, I didn't even talk about that yet. So why the numbers? Let's quickly have a look at the stream summary from Tuesday. So you will see this has kind of like the biggest difference to compared to usual streams. If I go, let's say, to the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, you will see, let's say I have 3 regular viewers on 4-hour duration. I am streaming in Europe, by the way. I think I should have probably added that in the beginning. And you will see like was at 7 on Tuesday. Also with max viewers hitting 7. So I was actually planning to maybe do some kind of section here at the end about kind of tips. Let me just broadly go over it. So if you don't count these last 2 days, and again, you just imagine my account still being at 6 followers after 21 days, you could say that like So that could be like your expectation in case you just stream. You are not in any kind of community. You are not advertising on any other page. I think a lot of VTubers are using Twitter or whatever, which I'm also not using. But then again, I'm again just more like a faceless streamer with a VTube avatar, no backstory, nothing at this point. Just a guy who wants to play some games on Twitch. And the last 2 days were pushed by, so I did join a community of some guys, let's say, who I have a similar mindset with, who I chatted with, and I got into this by, again, that one person who streams, who was more or less my second real follower. Got to know a few people there, and if I when I start to stream and post a link there, that's kind of where these increased numbers come from, because you have people joining you from the outside. And that's kind of, let's say, the finishing words in case you're just really new. And again, I don't know if I said this in the beginning, but like I really just do this as a hobby. Like even if we would look at this like really long down the line, let's say I had thousands of viewers, it's very unlikely I would do streaming as like a main thing, because I think I would still prefer my work, the regular work I do, over streaming. So that's why I'm also not really pushing on any kind of like trying to advertise outside of really Twitch. Just looking for some cool people maybe to collaborate with and just play games and Twitch and stream a bit it's always just cool when at least a few people join, so there's some kind of interaction. It's not just like me talking to myself like a crazy person like most of the time. So in case you are someone who intends to do this as be it a full-time job or whatever, like you really want to push hard because you want the numbers, these are kind of like then maybe a bottom line if you are doing nothing for you, because you will have to go maybe into communities, talk to people, other streamers. You will probably have to push the hard route of advertisement and blasting things out. So I'm going to finish this here because it's been 70 minutes and I probably really won't be able to cut out anything. I feel like I kind of mostly said what I wanted to say. Crazy who actually watched this until the end. I hope there's like maybe it helped anyone, either for non-streamers who might be interested, people who are kind of in my range, maybe of like streaming time, or maybe, I don't know, people who are big or have done this for a longer time and just kind of, I don't know, want to have a look at what streaming in 2024 feels like. Actually, we are almost about 2025. Holy shit. I hope I will be able to do a 1,000-hour statistic so we can do some kind of comparison. But we'll have to see if I'm still around at 1,000 hours. So yeah, have a great day, guys. See you around on Twitch, YouTube, or wherever.